Right now, something incredible is happening. Your brain, a 3-pound blob of fat and protein, is using itself to learn about itself. The most complex object in the known universe is sitting inside your skull. And today, we're going to explore how it actually works. Get ready to have your mind blown by your mind. Let's start with the numbers. Your brain contains 86 billion neurons. That's more than 10 times the number of people on Earth. Each neuron is a tiny biological computer, and they're all working together right now to help you understand this sentence. If you counted 1 neuron per second, it would take you over 2,700 years to count them all. So what exactly is a neuron? Think of it as a tiny messenger. Each neuron has a body, branches called dendrites that receive messages, and a long tail called an axon that sends messages. When a neuron gets excited, it fires an electrical signal down its axon to talk to other neurons. This is happening billions of times per second in your head right now. Here's where it gets wild. Each neuron connects to thousands of other neurons through tiny gaps called synapses. Your brain has over 100 trillion synapses. That's more connections than there are stars in the Milky Way galaxy. Every thought, every memory, every feeling you've ever had exists as a pattern of connections between neurons. Your brain runs on electricity, about 20 watts, enough to power a dim light bulb. But don't let that fool you. In that tiny amount of power, your brain processes more information than the world's most powerful supercomputers. The electrical signals in your brain travel at speeds up to 270 miles per hour. Your brain isn't one thing. It's a team of specialized regions working together. The frontal lobe handles decision-making and personality. The temporal lobe processes sound and language. The occipital lobe at the back handles vision. The cerebellum coordinates movement. Each region has a job, but they're constantly communicating like the world's most efficient team. Now let's talk about memory. How does your brain remember your first kiss, your childhood home, or the lyrics to a song you haven't heard in years? Memory isn't stored in one place like a file on a computer. Instead, a single memory is spread across millions of neurons. When you remember something, your brain literally reconstructs it from pieces. Your brain has different types of memory. Short-term memory is like a mental scratch pad. It holds about 7 items for about 20 seconds. That's why phone numbers have 7 digits. Right now, your short-term memory is holding the words I just said while processing the new ones coming in. It's constantly refreshing, like RAM in a computer. Long-term memory is different. It's essentially unlimited. Everything important gets transferred from short-term to long-term storage, mostly while you sleep. The hippocampus acts like a librarian, deciding what's worth keeping. Emotional memories get priority, which is why you remember your wedding day, but not random Tuesdays. Your brain is constantly curating your life story. Here's something surprising. Forgetting is actually important. If you remembered every single detail of every moment, your brain would be overwhelmed. Forgetting helps you focus on what matters. It's not a flaw in the system, it's a feature. Your brain is constantly pruning unnecessary information to make room for new learning. Forgetting is your brain being efficient. While you sleep, your brain is incredibly busy. It replays the day's events, strengthening important memories and discarding junk. Your brain also cleans itself, literally. Cerebrospinal fluid washes through, removing toxic waste products. Skip sleep, and your brain can't do its maintenance. That's why you feel foggy after a bad night. Your brain didn't get to take out the trash. And then there are dreams. Every night, your brain creates entire worlds, complete with characters, storylines, and emotions. During REM sleep, your brain is almost as active as when you're awake, but your body is paralyzed so you don't act out your dreams. Scientists still aren't sure why we dream, But your brain spends about 2 hours every night making these bizarre movies. Here's the biggest mystery of all: consciousness. How does a bunch of cells create the experience of being you? Why does it feel like something to be alive? Philosophers call this the hard problem of consciousness. And honestly, nobody has solved it. Your brain creates your entire reality, your sense of self, your experience of existence. And we still don't know how. Here's a secret. Your brain lies to you constantly. What you see isn't reality. It's your brain's best guess about reality. Your brain fills in gaps, makes assumptions, and sometimes gets it completely wrong. Optical illusions aren't tricks. They're revealing how your brain actually works. You're not seeing the world as it is. You're seeing your brain's interpretation of it. Right now, there's a hole in your vision and you can't see it. Where your optic nerve connects to your retina, you have no light receptors. It's called your blind spot. But you never notice it because your brain automatically fills it in based on surrounding information. Your brain is literally making up parts of what you see, and you have no idea it's happening. Your brain is constantly predicting the future. When you catch a ball, your brain calculates where it will be, not where it is. When you listen to music, your brain predicts the next note. When someone starts a sentence, your brain is already guessing how it will end. You're not reacting to the present. You're living in a simulation your brain creates slightly ahead of reality. Here's the amazing news: your brain can change. It's called neuroplasticity. Every time you learn something new, your brain physically rewires itself. New connections form, unused ones fade away. London taxi drivers have larger hippocampi from memorizing streets. Musicians have enhanced areas for finger control. Your brain is literally shaped by what you do with it. When you learn something new, it's hard at first because there's no neural pathway for it. But every time you practice, the connection gets stronger. Myelin, a fatty coating, wraps around frequently used pathways, making signals travel faster. That's why practice makes perfect. You're literally building highways in your brain. The more you use a skill, the faster and easier it becomes. People often compare brains to computers, but honestly, there's no comparison. Your brain uses 1,000,000 times less energy than a supercomputer, while doing things computers still can't do. Recognizing faces, understanding sarcasm, being creative, feeling love. Computers struggle with all of this. Your brain is not a computer. It's something far more incredible that we built computers trying to understand. No two brains are alike. Your brain has been shaped by every experience you've ever had, every person you've met, every book you've read, every song you've heard. The pattern of connections in your brain is as unique as your fingerprint. There has never been another brain exactly like yours, and there never will be. You are literally one of a kind. So next time you're bored or frustrated or think you're not smart enough, remember this: you're carrying the most sophisticated object in the known universe between your ears. 86 billion neurons, 100 trillion connections, creating consciousness itself. Your brain let you understand this video, and that's pretty amazing. Take care of it, challenge it, and never stop being curious. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.